Hello, sweetheart. Today's meditation is a message to your inner architect. The architect that sometimes we don't realize that we are, but when in fact we are the only person fully qualified for the job. And before we settle into today's meditation, to learn about the architecture of you, this is just a reminder that you have the capacity, and only you have the capacity, to design the life and the experience on this world that you deserve. So if you're feeling a little bit broken, a little bit neglected, perhaps like a crumbling old house, perhaps you don't feel safe in your mind or in your body, then this one's for you. Because a home means to feel safe and at complete and utter rest and comfort. To be able to kick off your shoes and feel completely and wholly at peace. And it is strong. That's what makes you feel safe. And you can make it as beautiful as you like. A true expression of your creativity. But when we feel a little bit lost, a little bit disconnected from our foundations, then we don't have a home at all. So let this meditation guide you back to re-establish those firm, solid foundations. To piece by piece respect and understand the architecture and the structure of what makes you you. And then you can embellish it to your heart's desires. Are you sitting comfortably? Find yourself in an easy seated position, either in a meditation position, lotus on the floor, perhaps on a chair, or lying down. And if you're lying down, you might want to place the phone just behind your head so you can let the sound of my voice wash all over you. There. Now gently close down the eyes. Start to inhale through the nose, closing the mouth softly, and inhaling deeply through the nostrils for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slightly longer now through the nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I just want you to keep going with that breath now, making your exhales ever so slightly longer than your inhale, and paying attention to that breath as it travels through the tips of your nostrils. How does it feel? A sensation. Cooling as it runs down the back of your throat, skims along your torso, past your hips, down your legs, right the way to your feet. And we're just going to run through a body scan. Notice your feet. Send all your attention there. Feel the soles of your feet, the curve of the ankle, spaces in between your toes and the pads of your feet. Maybe running along the crevice of your arch. And relax your feet. Heavy feet heavy ankles, heavy calves, heavy shins, heavy knees, heavy thighs, heavy hamstrings, heavy legs. Your legs are your foundation. They allow us to begin to stand up tall each day, to spring out of bed and take on whatever the world has planned and in store for us. To stand up tall and proud, and to take us wherever we wish to go. Take a moment to think about all the wonderful adventures that those feet have taken you on. Walk through them in your mind. And as you're walking, connect that sensation of walking with your feet with your senses, with your mind. How did you feel when you were walking along that beach? What could you hear? Embody those sounds, embody those scents, embody that feeling. Let it flood every cell of your body right now. Because those memories, they don't go away. They are stored somewhere in the storage rooms, maybe the attic of your body and your mind. Traveling up now, the spine. Weaving a path between each and every intricate link of your vertebrae. And noticing how when we feel confident and proud and happy of our lives, we stack those vertebrae differently to when we feel introverted or shy or anxious. Now imagine those vertebrae as bricks forming your home. And that when we stack those bricks strong and when we stand up tall, we are creating a strong home in our body for our spirit, for our essence, for our soul to reside in. When we stand shyly and stack them in an insecure and unsure way, we're creating wonkiness and we're putting cement in between those bricks and we're casting ourselves and we're trapping ourselves in a feeling of uncertainty and wonkiness. And that's not what we want. Because through our yoga and our meditation practice, we're building the house for our life. We can call it a soul. Maybe that's too spiritual. Maybe we call it our essence. Maybe we call it our purpose, our spirit, our us, our whole usness. But yoga and meditation remind us that our body is our own living and breathing piece of architecture. And it is designed for you and for no one else, by no one else. And its one purpose is to house our experience of our time here on earth. Whether that's a soul or an essence, it is our experience and all the things that make us us. It affects how we experience it, how much fun we get to have, how much joy we get to have, how we show up in the world, how we show up to others, and how we interact with the world and those around us. And when we treat our body as a second thought, or our minds as an afterthought, when we treat it as a crumbling, neglected structure, a house with an unpainted fence and an unkempt lawn, well then joy and magic have no interest in residing there. because they see that we're not strong enough to hold our own selves together, and how perhaps we're not open today to the opportunities that are out there for us. But when we learn to meditate, we learn to restructure and rebuild and reorganize our minds, and we realize what's taking up mental real estate that shouldn't be, and what deserves to stay, what we want to snap up. And we learn to rebuild our bodies and our minds in a way to house our essence, and it feels like coming home to ourselves. And how do we know when we've achieved that? We're not trying to build a mansion. We are trying to build our own inner cozy state of safety. We are trying to create a safe, comfortable environment where we feel strong and capable, and it is a reflection of who we are, not what the world's trying to tell us to be. And it feels easy. Home is ease. And we find this in ease of the breath, in ease of the body, in ease of respect for the space that we take up on this planet, and ease and respect for the ways that we move through the world proudly. And when we've done this, we create skylights in our mind, and we can see. We have room to think and see the infinite possibilities of ourselves. And it doesn't take much to do this. The funniest thing is that being this kind of architect, being the designer of your soul, your life, your body, your mind, well, it's actually the simplest task at all. And you're doing it right now. When we take these small, brief moments to stop and breathe and notice that we are a mind living in a body which houses a soul. And we can only do this when we slow down like we're doing right now. And we can only access it when we notice that we're breathing. And we pay attention to the breath and our own unique aliveness. Then we realize we are the designer of this life. And we can build through these simple practices, these simple moments of peace. We create a strength and a resilience to be able to create a strong, healthy, cozy, safe, easeful, peaceful life that is a true expression of who we are. Ruminate, marinate, simmer in that thought for a moment or for as long as you need. When you are ready to walk back into the wider life with this thought, with this knowledge, just start to deepen the breath. Maybe wiggling those fingers, wiggling those toes, rolling those ankles, taking a deep good morning stretch by raising the arms above the head, stretching the toes as far away from you as possible, and taking up space, taking up all that real estate because you deserve to. You're in charge, designer, and isn't that exciting? Thank you for taking a moment with me, Kat, the founder of Yogi Bear, and Maid. I'm so excited to see what you're going to create with this beautiful life of yours.